दर 8
साडेआठ नऊ नऊ मला असतं दहा पर्यंत करून जायचं तुला कोणा झालं
15 ला 8 संख्या
Hello everyone, this is Sagar Shah and today we are going live for the third round of the Goa GM International 2019. Well, we have a few people here. Aneet Chess is here. He's been around for many of the live streams. Hi Aneet, this is the third round and we have SC Clips as well. Hi SC Clips. So this round is very exciting. We have some incredible battles to see. For example, on board number 1 we have Pansulai versus Rishi Sardana. On board number 2 we have Ter Sahakyan Samuel taking on Manik Miklas. We have Abhijit Gupta against Bharat Subramaniam. This game is definitely something that we are going to keep our eyes on because it's one of India's strongest GMs taking up an upcoming talent. On board number 4 we have Utkal Ranjan Sahu, the youngster from Odisha who's very close to becoming an IM. He needs to make another IM norm and get to 2400 and he's playing against Petrosian Manuel. Deepan Chakravarti, he takes on Srijit Paul and this game is definitely something to look forward to. Deepan always a very exciting player to follow. Board number 6 we have Antonio Vianney Dicuna and he's taking on Luca Paicharze. I like Vianney's aggressive style of play, so this will be also a game that we will be focusing upon. Alexander Fier and Sankalp Gupta, well, this might well be the game that Sankalp Gupta becomes the latest IM of India. I just got to know that his live rating has reached 2394. So if he gets another 6 ELO points, he will be right up there. Okay, and we have a few more. Nitesh Belurkar, the youngster from Goa, takes on Indian P, India's 62nd GM. So this will be a game that we will be looking at. And also Anurag Mahamal, Goa's only Grandmaster, takes on Siddhant Mahopatra from Odisha. Mitraba Guha, who has been in tremendous form recently, is up against Ziaur Rahman. So these are the top 10 boards that we are going to look at. But the action is on board number 17 because that's where Mikhail Michedlishvili is up against K. Ratnakaran. As you can see on the screen, the Georgian is thinking. Why is he thinking? Let's just zoom in on the board and try to see what exactly is happening. You will see that there is a white queen in the picture, but the black queen is missing. But Ratnakaran, for the first time it seems, has taken so much time that he is lower than Mikhedlishvili. Yeah, sorry for the small interruption. It seemed like there was some connection issue there. Back on air, and what we are looking at is Ratnakaran's game against the Georgian Mikhail Michedlishvili. Let's just have a look at the board, what is going on, and you will get to understand why Ratnakaran seems to be in a very interesting position. So here you will see that white has an extra queen on c5, yeah, but black has 2 pieces for it, and also the pawn, there's one extra pawn, but more importantly this king disconnects both the rooks, and this is what is really going on, is the positive thing going on for black. So I can get my rook here and I can play my rook to d2 I can even get my knight from e5 to d3. So suddenly it seems like all of black's forces are coordinating together. So there are 4 pieces, while for white, the lone queen is there in the battle. So what do you think? Yeah, it looks like Ratnakaran is in the Tal mode today. Okay, let's just see all the people who are live here. Siddharth Sharma, hello. Nikhil Murarka, welcome to the show. Winner Chicken Killer, okay, that's a good name. He's here. Bishwajit Fukan, Sandesh Dhuri. So a lot of people here joining in, and this is going to be an interesting session as far as I can see. Second round in the day, and as you go closer to the end of the day, the tiredness sets in. There's time pressure and mistakes are bound to happen. So how did Ratnakaran actually sacrifice his queen? Let's have a look. It was an English, very normal sort of an English, d4, e4, knight h4, d5. Okay, this d5 move I'm not so sure. I think d6 is generally how it's played, or g6 you play here. This is common, but d5, bishop g5. So white immediately starts putting pressure on the d5 pawn, and Ratnakaran pins the knight. So there's one pin here by white. Black also pins the opponent's piece. CD, knight d5. Wow. I was imagining if queen d5, but then you take and you sort of mangle the pawn structures up. But look at this move, knight to d5, giving up the queen. Amazing. Bishop to d8, knight into c3, and now of course you can't take on c3 because of bishop into c3, and this is all going downhill. But in the game he played queen to b3, and now he's attacking this bishop here. But also the main thing is white asks black, where are you going to remove your knight for a discovered attack? And so knight into e2. This is an interesting move, because if you go somewhere else, let's say knight d5, it's also a possibility. Then I just play king d1, and even here there could be some interesting lines, but for now knight into e2 was played. You can't take this knight because of knight into d4, and you lose the queen. And so king d1 was played, and now knight into d4. So Ratnakaran picked up 1 piece and 2 pawns, and after that he also doesn't really pick up the bishop on d8 here. He just plays very calmly bishop e6. He could have played king d8, but that's not his style. He doesn't really want to let lose his coordination. So bishop e6. Now you have only 1 piece for the queen, but look at this brilliant coordination of the pieces. So someone here, Anit, said that he's inspired by Karthikeyan. Also Vishal Kamath said so. But the funny thing is Karthikeyan at least got 2 pieces. Here Ratnakaran has only 1. I'm really going to try and get him for an interview after this game if he wins it. I know that he is very shy. He doesn't like to speak much, but this is tremendous. I mean, okay, h6, just attacking the bishop, and well, it's trapped. Yeah, because if you go to f4, I can long castle, threaten here, g5 is coming up. So he decided to just play bishop f6 and try to cut the losses basically. Gf, king c1. I can actually imagine Mikhailishvili's situation here. He must be terribly stressed right now. Okay, bishop h3, bishop to c5, and here he takes on f5, knight into f5, queen into c5, knight h4, gh4, and rook d4. So at least he's won a piece back, and this is the position. Okay, guys, what do you think? Do you think Ratnakaran has enough here? Please write to me in the comment section below. He has these 2 pieces here against the queen, and the rooks are sort of disjoint, and I see the play developing something on the lines of rook coming to d8 and then trying to somehow coordinate with bishop g4 perhaps, or knight e5 to d3, and these are the threats in the air. Somehow it looks like the initiative is gone down a bit. Maybe white can hold this here. But anyway, let me just check if any more moves have been played, and I also want to show you the video right now. The GM, Georgian GM, is, look at the concentration with which he's thinking. It's been nearly 10 minutes for his move, and then look at Ratnakaran there walking around like a boss. Yeah, you just saw him in the frame. I think Ratnakaran feels confident about his position. I have a few people here. Vishal and Shavindra say thanks a lot for this game, and yes, I'm also glad that we are able to see this game together, because this is just so very exciting. Mangesh says rook at a1 looks very poor. Absolutely, Mangesh. This rook on a1 is just not going to come into the game very soon. Ujwal Bansal says rook on a1 takes time to come out, so he also thinks that there is good compensation. And Vishal Kamath says Ratnakaran wins this game for sure. Omkar Chakradev says white will play rook to d1. Okay, interesting. So here there is a move suggestion that is made. Let's have a look at Omkar's move suggestion. Rook to d1 is what you suggest here. Interesting and very logical, because if you are able to get one rook off the board, then the mating ideas are simply off the air. But then what do you do for rook to c4? I think that this is just a killing blow, because after queen into c4, bishop into c4, black is simply winning this. I mean, he has great posts for his minor pieces, and this is just over. So rook d1, Omkar, I don't think this is a good move here. Have to find something else here. What do you do? Yeah, rook c4 is just killing. Do you think b3 makes sense here to stop rook c4 and to prepare king b2, king a3? Something on those lines. At least you want to run away. Yeah, because if now I was thinking rook d1, rook d8, king b2. Yeah, check, king a3, and somehow the king looks a little safe there. No checks coming up, but actually it's not at all safe. I think there are plenty of ways in which black can continue the attack. One move I can see is rook d5 to a5, looks like a killer, but rook d5 there is a check coming in. Even this might be very dangerous, but yeah. Shyam's Empire says Ratnakaran is next level player. His style astonishes. Yeah, true. And look at his confidence. Can we see him on the board here? Or has he sat down on the board? Maybe yes. Can't really see him here. He's moving around. He's not on his board. He's confident about himself, and I think b3 is what Mikhailishvili is thinking here. By the way, I must inform the viewers that white is 2609 GM. He's not just any run of the mill like GM. He is right up there, seed of the tournament. b3 is what everyone is saying here. It looks like the best move according to Ujwal Bansal and Shavindra Singh. But yeah, b3, rook h d8 is what I was thinking here, and then king b2. What else? I mean, if you don't play king b2, how are you going to get your rooks together? but king b2, I'm just not comfortable with this. Maybe there are some lines here, but let's look at this game in a bit when things proceed further. For now, let's check some other games. I think there have been plenty of exciting games. First of all, a big result coming in. Mitraba Guha beats Ziaur Rahman. This youngster from West Bengal is performing really well, and he's showing his class at every tournament that he's playing. He is able to beat lot of strong players. So if we can get the game here now on the board, let's just look at the game between Mitraba Guha. It was board number 10 in my opinion, but that game is already over, so maybe I'll just show you the moves of that game. It was a very quiet sort of a opening with knight d2 and sort of queen's gambit accepted, bishop b2, bd3, knight d6, knight into c8. This was interesting play. Rook into d3, rook b3, bishop into f6, gf6, and somehow I guess here, even if he could just take on c8, black would have had a normal position after king e2, but it seems like Ziaur wanted to do something interesting. He took here, check, knight d2, and reached this position. But now after rook fb1, I like this move. Rook c2. Why not rook c8 is the question. I guess what he was afraid of was take here, king d3, pushing the rook back, say somewhere here. Now knight to e4, attacking the pawn, and then knight c5. This is what Ziaur might have been afraid of, and so he played rook b2. But now white has the c file. Somehow this didn't work out for black. Knight e4, and well, this is great technique actually. White is just played like some kind of Vasily Smyslow or these old grandmasters, world class. This was knight into king c6, but already white had a very good positional edge. Take this and take b5. This is just positionally lost, or maybe first king c5, get in from here. So okay, Nurul Amin says, I'm very impressed by your videos, Sagar sir. I'm watching regularly in ChessBase India. Thank you so much, Nurul. We are glad that you are enjoying these videos, and thanks for being live here. Well, people are saying that we should have a look at Ratnakaran's position to see if he has made a move or not. We'll come to it. But yes, as you rightly mentioned, we should also check the game between Abhijit Gupta, who's taking on the youngster Bharat Subramaniam. Board number 3. Bharat is born in 2006, so very young boy, just 13 years old, and Abhijit Gupta is one of India's finest grandmasters, just qualified for the World Cup, so very experienced, and this matchup is definitely something that everyone is looking forward to. So Mitrava scored a nice win against Ziaur Rahman. And now let's have a look at what is happening in the game between Abhijit Gupta. Here white is Bharat Subramaniam. He's just played his king to g2. And black over here looks better, right? I mean, you have this beautiful knight. The queen is active. somehow the rooks have no real open files, and there are threats like h into g4. In general, black would not want to open the position, so even a move like h4 seems fine. Just have to find a way to break through, and this Abhijit will find for sure. So Aditya Agrawal says here, I just met you at the Mayor's Cup. I was the boy with the loud voice. Okay, Aditya, I remember you. You were trying to talk very loudly, but then you told me that this is your normal voice. Okay, I remember. Thanks for joining in. After King G2, I have a feeling that Abhijit is clearly better. If you feel otherwise, do let me know. Although the two rooks are stronger than the queen many times, I don't think this is one of the positions because the knight and queen duo work perfectly. So something like queen c1, queen e1, knight e2, knight f4, and somehow this attack is going to be very strong. Okay, Mangesh says, can you check Nubair Shah's game? Yeah, sure. I have to check which board he is on, but if he is on the live games board, I would definitely check that game in a bit. But before that, let me just see which other game. There is an interesting battle brewing up on board number 2, which is Manik Miklas playing against Ter Sahakyan Samwell. This is a very interesting game because again we have some kind of a sacrifice that has come up. Let's have a look. Manik Miklas playing against this is board number 2. If we can get the live feed over here. Yes, Ter Sahakyan Samwell is under pressure here. Manik Miklas has sacrificed an exchange, or is it an entire rook? Wow, we have to check. This looks like the evening rounds are filled with energy, it's like everyone thinks that there will be draws, people will be tired, but quite the contrary, people are attacking like anything. For example, this is the position we have on board, and yes, white is a rook down in board number 2. He's just picked up the pawn. So the way I like to think in these positions is give the move to your opponent and see what his threat is. Very clearly the threat is knight to f5 and there's a mate on g7. So how should black defend against it? He cannot really move the bishop because knight g6 check is a killer. If you can't move the bishop, then knight f5 is coming. Wow, this looks crazy. This is the position I'm talking about over here, guys. Another crazy attacking position. Okay, Praveen Lawrence says, great instructional videos, plan to analyze those for my studies. Okay, that's great to know, Praveen. We are looking right now at the game between Manik Miklas and Ter Sahakyan Samwell. Nurul Amin says, I will meet you hopefully in the 3rd international rating tournament in Guwahati. Well, I hope to meet you as well over there if I can make it. I'm not so sure, 7th to 14th of July, but if I do, I will let you know. We have Nongsha, by the way, who might be traveling to this tournament. He's from Guwahati. Okay. Yes, we have the digital board here. This is very scary. You can see these two knights. Imagine yourself in the place of Ter Sahakyan Samwell here. Let's look at the video. He is under a lot of pressure. He is seeing there is a queen on h6, there is a rook on f6. There are so many things coming at me. I can't even understand how to defend it. So white's first threat is just to plonk his knight on h5 and f5. I want to use this knight so that I keep the option of this knight coming to g6 open. Okay, let's make just a move. How do you defend it? Knight e6, let's imagine this move. Knight to e6, it's a possibility. I just build up the position, knight to f5. Now I have threat of rook into e6. Also, after that, knight g6 could come in. Yeah, there are a lot of underdog stories here. I think a lot of lower rated players who are winning. Ujjwal Bansal says, can we see the game of Gukesh? We can't really see Gukesh's game because he's not on the live board, but later on maybe we will ask to put the video on him. So this is really going to be ending in white's favor. Manik Miklas is going to win this. We may try to get him here as well. Okay, NE7. Did someone said NE7? Yeah, NE7 looks interesting because you cover f5 point, but knight f5. What do? I'm threatening a mate. Do you take here? Okay, I'll take here. Still threatening a mate. Knight e6, then I take here. That seems good. And if rook g8, I take here. So overall, this looks like already killing position. I mean, two knights coming. Adhav Kumar says, I can't see white's attack after knight e7. Really? After knight f5, no attack? Do you seriously think there is no attack here? I have a feeling that this is just over. No? Am I missing something? ND7 says, here ND7, Shavindra Singh says ND7 is winning easily. Maybe knight f5 is what I'm thinking of. But then queen f6 is coming. Yeah, sure. So knight d7. Yeah, look, you coming up with some interesting defenses now. I need to move the rook. Rook g6 perhaps, threatening a mate. Rook g8. I don't know. Knight f5. This looks like better. Okay. Manish Kumar Malhotra says, why are you not playing in this tournament? Well, I always keep telling people that so many good games are happening and there has to be someone to analyze it. So that's why this has to be done. Okay, knight f5 after knight d7 doesn't look good because of queen into f6. This is losing. So ND7 is what might be the best move in this position. Let's have a look if Ter Sahakian has made a move. Yes, he's played knight d7. Okay. So, guys, what do you do now? This is the question. Knight d7, how to continue the attack? Do you have any suggestions for me? Knight gf5 loses to queen into f6. Rook g6 looks like a good exciting move. Ng6. Okay. To all the people who are telling me to look at certain games, thank you for suggesting those games to me. I'll try my best to have a look at them. But also please try to look at the game which have been selected, because these are the most exciting games that are happening right now. The games which you are suggesting may be just not very exciting. So let's learn from this. Knight g6 if it is played. I don't know what you are planning to bishop g6, and after hg, can I just take knight into f6 so that there is no mate on g7, and after g7 king f8, gf8. I think this looks okay for black. Black is winning here. Rook g6 looks better, yeah, because knight g6 just doesn't fit in, I guess. He has played knight g6, by the way, and now, okay, this is interesting. If king g8, how do we finish him off? I think that I see a mate here. Knight f5, queen f6. I can't give this. I was thinking of this check. No, I was thinking of this check perhaps. This is not good. So king g8, how do you finish him off here? I'm sure there is some very interesting way to finish off the attack. How do you win here? I mean, you have the pieces there, but I don't see knight into f8 if I have to take. It seems like a possibility. Knight e7, okay, but I take, check, even knight g6 or king h8, it looks good. Knight g6 has been played, and I'm confused because is bg6 a better move? I was thinking, what happens bg6? You have to take hg6, because if you take rook g6, I think this already is defensible. Like I can play queen e7 over here, or can I do rook g8? I think rook g8 looks good. Even rook f7 looks fine. So general taking with the rook is not a good idea, but taking with the pawn also doesn't seem great because of knight into f6. Okay. Lekha Rathod says knight f5. You're talking in this position? Where? Because knight g6 has been played already, and king g8 and bishop g6 are two moves. If you play king g8, knight into f8, you may have to think of what you're going to do for knight into f6. Now if I go knight to f5, queen f8, perhaps queen takes f6, and now threatening knight h6. So this looks good. Edgar Luis Chamorro Estrella says, I found a nice idea. Okay, please let us know. What did you find? Let's check the video feed. What's going on here? Knight g6, Ter Sahakyar is thinking whether he should take on g6 or not. I like this very much. I like how they are fully focused and concentrated, nothing else going on in their mind, and yet they miss stuff which clearly shows chess is a very difficult game. So this is one game where it's unclear, and we should definitely come back very soon to this game. What else is going on? Can we have a look at some other interesting games? Yeah, let's look at one game here, which is, I guess, going back to Ratnakaran's game, because that really was the one which caught our attention, and there are few moves that have been made. So let's go there again, and board number 17, if we can get things on board number 17, board 17. So Ratnakaran is playing there. Yeah, so let's see the game here. Once again we see the familiar face, Mikhailishvili thinking for his move, Ratnakaran roaming around. Position is same, but the rook has moved to d8. White has played b3 and rook b1, so he's clearly looking to run with b2 a1 over there. Okay. So we looked a game till this point over here, and we were very much bullish about black's position. After b3, rook h d8, rook b1, bishop went to g4. Interesting. So my question is, what's happening if I go king b2 here? What do you think is happening here? Because if you play here, king a1, and this is not so clear. How do you continue the attack? Can you do? I would love to play knight b4 here, but it's somehow controlled by the queen. So, what has Ratnakaran up his sleeve here? King b2. I feel that this looks like a good move. a5 says Aditya Agarwal here. Maybe a5 looks a bit slow, but can be a good move. Something like rook c1 possible. So this is the position which we have on the board. Ujjwal Bansal says instead of here king b2, queen c3 is also possible. Yeah, again interesting move. I think knight b4, attacking a2, threatening knight d3. Yeah, Anik Chess says something interesting here. Check, play rook d6 with the idea of playing b6. So many possibilities, but now you can see at least white has coordinated himself, so he can go with his rook to c1, and then his rooks are at least working together. By the way, Saurabh Rabidas says audio isn't proper. There is some audio issue. Please let me know if that is fixed now. I'm sorry if there was some issue that you had to face. Okay, let's have a look at the video. King b2 was played in this position, and perhaps we can zoom out a bit now and check Ratnakaran. What is he doing here? How should he continue is the question. Okay, rook d4, rook d8. Now in such a position, when you are thinking, you should look at the candidate moves. If you do not look at the candidate moves and just think of random moves, then there could be so many moves. You can even think of so many different possibilities. So first we need to zero in on the best possible moves in the position. Knight b4, definitely an option. Rook d2, definitely another option. And here I would like at this point to invite a guest, Shahid Ahmed, who is here with us, because he's just gone outside to the playing hall and he's just come back here. So we'll be joined by him and we'll ask Shahid if what did he find out outside. Okay, Ratnakaran is thinking of his move. He is of that school of thought where he first tries to write his move before executing his move. But let's come back here on our digital board and welcome Shahid. Hi Shahid.
Hi everyone.
So Shahid, this is your first time, yeah? You are coming live
Yes.
on the show, but I'm sure people know Shahid extremely well. He is one of the prolific contributors on the ChessBase India YouTube channel. I think you have tremendous number of videos that you have shot. So you just went outside.
Yeah.
What did you see overall? Did you see any interesting games?
Yes, I think board number 2 has a very interesting position. And
Aha.
Abhijit Gupta's game is also quite interesting. He has a queen, and opponent has 2 rooks.
So Abhijit Gupta is something that we'll definitely look at. What about Ratnakaran? Did you see him playing?
No, I did not see his board. So
Well,
I
that's
missed it.
fine. We can see him
Yes.
here. He is thinking for the first time. I have seen Ratnakaran going down to 12 minutes. I think he really wants to create a brilliancy here.
Even in classical format also, he just blitz out moves like anything.
Yeah, he is tremendous, but maybe here he is trying to find ways to create counterplay. I must say, Shahid, talking to the viewers right now, I must tell a few things. That Shahid is an editor as well as a senior coordinator at ChessBase India, but he's also a very active player. Recently, he played 2 events. I think you played in Thailand and Vietnam, correct? 2 tournaments,
yes.
Vietnam and Thailand,
Yeah.
and HD Bank and
Open.
Bangkok Open.
Chess club, yeah.
And you didn't lose any game, right, in both the events, or did you?
No, in Bangkok I lost one, but in Vietnam I was unbeaten.
Right. So you played in the B category in
Yes.
both the tournaments. So how are you able to, work on? You do a lot of work at ChessBase India, but at the same time you are able to keep playing at a good level.
Well, working for various articles, games, analysis, videos, that is definitely helping me study and practice chess every day, even if it's not based on my openings or strength or weaknesses. Analyzing other people's game and studying them definitely helps us in general on any given day.
So you think that the analytical work that you are doing right now is helping you?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, let's try to analyze a bit here, yeah?
Yeah.
So here if you are black and let's say you're facing a 2600 GM, you are 2 pieces down, what are the first moves that would come to your mind?
Well, since black has a battery of rooks on d file, first thing that automatically comes to our mind is a rook d2 check.
Yeah, this definitely.
But
What else?
That might not be the best move. Other options are bishop f3 is there,
Yeah, bishop f3.
and there's a wonderful square at d3 where everybody would love to place a knight over there.
Uh-huh.
So knight b4 and knight e5, there are 2 ways to bring the knight. So definitely these are worth considering much more than rook d2, I would say.
Well, I think Shahid has done a great job. Within 30 seconds, he has suggested 4 candidate moves, which I am sure are the ones that Ratnakaran is looking at right now. This
Yeah.
will be one of the moves from here. Although I think knight b4 or rook d2 looks very probable. I think a move has been made. Let's have a look at the board, at the video. Knight to b4 it was. Okay. So Ratnakaran is going for the kill here. He has played his knight to b4, and now the threat is rook to d2, and just the a2 pawn is under threat. Vishal Kamath says knight b4, and Vishal, you too got it right. So everyone who said knight b4, good job. I don't know if the move is the best, but that's what Ratnakaran played.
I think white is completely losing because after a3, rook d2, king a1 is not possible, rook a2 mate. And if the king goes to c1, well, knight d3, knight c5, 2 minor pieces versus rook, I think that should be winning. But maybe Ratnakaran has something better.
Well, I would be really very doubtful to say that this is completely winning, because for example, let me begin with king a1 as just try to see how we can break this move. For example, now, okay, my king is at least safe.
Yes.
Next, I want to come to c1 with my rook. So you have to do something immediately. I don't know, another, if you go rook d2, I want to play rook b2, perhaps, or is there any other possibility? Just knight is hanging. So that doesn't work.
Yeah.
And if you go knight d3, I could just move my queen back somewhere and somehow the attack doesn't
Continue.
go through. Yeah. So let's look at what Mikhailishvili has played here. He's played king to a1 and Ratnakaran has a small little pawn move that he had prepared. So king a1, b6. Okay. How strong is this little move? I have my doubts. Abhishek Shankar says, please fix the sound problem. Okay. Is there a sound problem? I thought sound is okay. Please let us know if there is some sound problem. But Ujjwal Bansal has the right point. He says the plan is to attack the soft a2 point. Yes, this is true. So Shahid, where should the queen go?
Well, to make sure that the rook d2 move is prevented, white must move the queen in such a way that the knight is still under attack.
Yeah.
For that, there are only two squares, that is c3 and e7.
c3, yeah, c3 and e7. I guess that queen c3
is
looks like the best move.
Yeah.
And here we have a move. Yeah, queen c3 was played, and look at this. How is Ratnakaran playing? I mean, this guy just doesn't care.
Yeah.
He makes the move c5. And like
Absolutely fantastic.
queen has what, 9 points in the position, and pieces have 6 points. I'm just trying to count like how it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You just have the space you go to play on. And maybe practically this is really bad, but Ratnakaran doesn't care. You know, you talk to him after the game and you tell him, hey, c5 ke baad you had minus position, and he will say, so what?
Yeah. He's playing on opponent's psychology more than accuracy. I would say.
Exactly.
So if it scares enough, then definitely it should be good enough.
Yeah, a3 is what Siddharth Sharma says. Well, Siddharth, this looks like a forced move now, in some ways, a3, because you need to push the knight, otherwise rook d2 is pretty powerful. And Mikhailishvili, after c5, is thinking, I guess, for his move. Let's have a look at the video here. Yeah, now he is into deep thought. This game is so exciting that we don't really want to get into another game. What do you think? Yeah, we have a youngster here who's just near. Can you come here? Here. Okay, maybe if you could come behind me. Yeah, so here we have, what's your name?
Aditya Varun.
Aditya Varun. Aditya, what do you think about this position?
Black has compensation for the material.
That's a very safe thing to say. Tell me whether Ratnakaran will win it or not.
Maybe draw.
Draw. What? This is a draw is the farthest thing that I think will happen here.
Yeah.
Okay, by the way, I have to tell the viewers that Aditya Varun is one of the most talented youngsters of Telangana, and you finished what, 4th at Commonwealth or 3rd? 4th in Commonwealth.
This nationals I got 5th. In the under 13 Visakhapatnam, there I got 5th.
At the under 13 nationals, he finished 5th. So we have a very big talent, and you're playing in the B group.
Yeah.
What's your score?
4. I'm playing bad this time.
No, it's okay. He's 4 out of 6, and well, if you win the remaining 4 rounds, who knows what will happen. But Aditya, thanks for joining us here. I have a feeling that draw is not going to happen here.
Draw is the last thing that's on neither Ratnakaran or his opponents, like they usually is mine.
Sure. A3 was played. And this is what I find very interesting. What will Ratnakaran play? So let's guess his move. This is a good game to guess Ratnakaran's move because it's never easy. A3. Okay, Shahid, what do you think Ratnakaran's move?
I think this is the most critical moment of the game. So this move will decide the fate. Knight d3, rook d3. There are a lot of candidate moves. Of course, knight a6, knight c6 is a retreat, and that might be pointless because b4 is also coming. So if the knight has to retreat, maybe at d5 goes to f4 and then tries to come back to d3 or keep the rook d2 option open.
Okay, I should make some arrows. You said too many moves. Oops. That went.
Maybe rook d3 is possible.
Here, knight d5, f4 is what Shahid thinks like a good idea. Rook d3 also a possibility. Knight c6, knight a6, he doesn't like very much. Knight d3, okay, that also can happen. Rook d3 is what Aditya Varun is saying here.
Queen into f6.
If you take on f6,
Maybe knight c2 check.
knight c2 check, king b2, rook d2. Yeah, this is what Ratnakaran wants. He wants a mess. So he doesn't care whether this is winning or losing, but it's messy for sure. So yeah, this is interesting. Rook d3. What else? Anyone, other viewers, what do you think? What should Ratnakaran play? Okay, Rupan Sibbi says ND3. Omkar Chakradev says A3 is generally losing move engine wise. Okay, Omkar, you are checking the engine, so you are helping us. But we don't know what the right move is.
Yeah, we do not have any engine in front of us.
Sambarta Banerjee says Rook d3. Abhishek Shankar says I can't hear your voice in my left earphone. Okay, I'll try to fix that somehow, but the right earphone, is it working? I hope that is fine. Rook, okay, I'm getting a few moves here. Rook d3 is what everyone wants to play. Prakhar Gupta says Rook d3. Dushyant Rook d3. Hacker says Knight d5.
Hacker wants to just hack off the queen, but it won't be that easy. I mean, white just wants to keep the queen alive for as long as possible.
Overall, everyone says Rook d3. Everyone is liking the move Rook to d3. But
Audience poll is rook d3.
yeah, audience poll would be Rook d3 here, and I'm very interested to see what Ratnakaran is doing here. Can we zoom out a bit and can we look at Ratnakaran's face? Zoom out a bit. You know, the position is definitely in the picture. We want to look at Ratnakaran's face here. What does he look like? Is he looking confident? Not really.
Oh my God.
Not really. Very tensed. He has his hands in his head. Yeah, this is good enough. This view.
I think he played something.
He played knight d5. He didn't play rook d3. So guys, I guess maybe
It didn't go with the audience.
he did
I-
play.
I think he's planning for knight f4, knight d3 or knight.
Well, if he wanted to go to d3, he could have done it immediately. But knight
Yeah, in
d5.
future maybe. Because after knight f4, he wants to get the rook on d2.
But somehow it seems like black is losing coordination. For example, I play queen to g3,
Bishop f3.
bishop f3, and then rook hc1.
Yeah,
The
now-
attack has ended somehow.
The
I
flow has
mean,
stopped.
there's no real attack. Yeah, Aditya Agarwal puts it rightly. The game is slipping away. Game is slipping away, yeah. How's the weather in Goa? If anyone is from there, sorry to ask it here. How's the weather?
I think it's very pleasant. Yesterday and today it drizzled a bit, and mostly it rained when everyone was playing. So I guess no one felt any kind of discomfort.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there were forecasts that it would rain very heavily, but nothing of that sort
Yes.
happened.
As
Okay.
usual.
Maybe instead of bishop.
f5 is what Aditya Varun says here. Yeah, in general, the game is going to go on, but I have a feeling that the worst is over for white. Yeah. Okay, let's look at something else. Some other
Maybe board
interesting
number
game.
2.
Board number 2. Yeah, let's look at board number 2. The mess created. This was the game Manik Mikolas. Uh, we looked at it a bit and we saw some real rook sacrifice in that game. Really exciting play. Let's go to board number 2. And the position that we have on the board right now for that one is knight g6, and in the game what was played, we saw this till that point, knight g6, he took bishop g6, h g6, and then came knight into f6, knight f5 threatening a mate, queen d7. I thought black is doing completely fine here because he is now a complete rook up, but g7,
Not just two rooks, yes.
Sorry, 2 rooks up, king here, king g8, and now queen g5. Okay,
Threatening knight h6 check.
yeah, that's a nice move. It's all, and then he came out, bishop to g3. Okay, what is this going on? I don't understand. He's 2 rooks down. He's not picking up a rook. I think he wants to play bishop h4.
So I read somewhere
Game is
that
over. Okay, let's have a look just at the video very quickly. What happened here? Yeah, resign. Look at Ter Sahakyan showing him a few things. Why didn't you checkmate me? Something like that. You know, I was completely under pressure, but Manik Mikolas did something wrong. We need to find out. Shahid, I have a feeling that somewhere around here, the attack was like, if we go back, h4, g4, h5, knight h4, and here he just gave up the a4 bishop. And this is where I think something could have happened. But
this position seems like it arose from Diogo Piano, but actually it arose from Rai Lopez. So it's something like Hans Zimmer created in Inception. He threw the piano from second or third floor, and out of the broken piano he tried to create his brilliant music. So something like that Manik Mikolas was trying to do, but unfortunately this broken piano did not have any melody which he would love to hear.
yeah, it's a very good analogy. Just that here, I'm not sure that this is lost for white. I mean, there are some potential chances of an attack, but in the game he couldn't finish him off. So I'm not sure if what happened. For example, now we are back to board number 17, Ratnakaran game. But just to see here, something could have been possible. I think not here. If not here, then one move behind, and maybe instead of rook f6, something else.
Yeah, white has 2 active knights, rook, queen, everything is in action except the h2 bishop. And compared to that, black has only queen and f8 rook and the f7 bishop as the defender.
Yeah,
So
but I can understand his move rook f6 because what I understand, he wants to play knight f5, threaten a mate, but rook g8, and the rook somehow cannot take the bishop.
Yes.
So he wanted to get his rook actually here.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is not the king, but the rook. And then take on f7.
Yeah.
But somehow knight d7 was such a cold-blooded move by Ter Sahakyan. Very nice play. So I think we'll have to subject this game to deeper analysis. By the way, you must check our report tomorrow or tonight on chessbase.in, where we'll be analyzing these games in more depth. Well, there was someone who came on the live show and said, this is my first time that I am here on a live show. That is Mindy Amphi. Well, Mindy, I hope that this will be, or Mindy, I don't know how to call it. I hope this will be a very memorable experience for you for the first time. Do you remember if you ever were on a live show like this, ever
Yeah,
listening to whom?
I think your and Jacob Boggart's show. That was my first live show I've ever attended.
Ah, the live show of
Yeah.
when Jacob show, it was the ChessBase India show with
Yes.
Jacob Agar.
Yes.
And I think you said something and that was
Answered
spoken
by
in the,
him.
that was answered
Yes,
by
and
Jacob.
he explained it fantastic.
Okay.
Instead of rook f6, rook f5 is possible.
Here Aditya Varun says rook f5. Aditya is no threat.
But the h1 knight is hanging, right?
Yeah, something like this I can take.
Rook
Rook
g5,
g5, rook
rook g8, I
g8.
think.
Queen f6.
Ah, queen f6 mate.
Oops. Anyway, worst case scenario, black can always play queen g5 if
Yeah,
nothing
this is
works.
also winning, I guess.
Yeah.
This should be
But
better.
White can have some counters there. Like knight f5.
Perhaps like knight d7, stopping this. If knight f5, rook g8. Looks okay. There is something which we should analyze further. Okay. What else now? Which game
Abhijit
should we?
Gupta's game.
Okay. I hope there was a small interruption, but we are back. Okay. Here, Ratnakaran is thinking, well, this is going to take some time. Let's look at some other game. Meanwhile, let's have a look at, as you suggested, Abhijit Gupta's game against Bharat Subramanian. Board number 3. Let's see where the game has reached. Because we did analyze this game and we were at this position after king to g2, queen f4 was played by Abhijit, and then gh5, rook d1, h4, rook g1, h3, king h1, queen e3, rook g2, queen into f3, king h2, queen f4, and you know, if white gets a chance, he's going to start checking here.
And hope to get a draw.
Abhijit is just so confident. He just went here. And the point is, if you give a check,
King h6.
king h6,
Another check. King
check,
h5.
king h5, and no more checks.
And threatening checkmate.
And
at
here
h2.
there is a mate.
Yeah.
And if you go rook g2 now, trying to stop, then queen c1
Yeah.
seems to be at least winning quite comfortably
Yes.
here.
Well, Abhijit Gupta is in a mood for destruction because in the morning game also, in round 2, he completely destroyed his opponent in just 27 moves. Didn't give any kind of opportunity to just even. He was just a witness of his own destruction.
Yeah.
His opponent.
Yeah. Abhijit is playing really well, and
Yes.
he's also in a hurry to leave always.
Yeah.
So whenever I just try to go out after my commentary, or he's gone, you know, he's nowhere to be found. And here, well, after knight f3, white played rook f1. So this is already a sign of defeat, because if you can't really check and you have to go rook f1 here, then after h3,
It's all over.
yeah, looks bad. F3, h3, rook g, f2, and this is what Abhijit had prepared. Queen g3, you can't take the
another
knight, there is a
checkmate
mate.
at h8.
And perhaps, how should I continue this? So for example, here, a4 was played. So white says, I'm not going to do anything, because if I move my rooks, then you can do something like h2 or something that you might plan. So he plays a4, and black says, okay, I will also move my king. Let's see how many waiting moves you can make. And finally, it seems like after king h6, white had to move his rook to e2. And here I think black should have something
Well,
strong.
why white had to move? Why not like move the bishop? If white wants to make a wedding move, it can be by a bishop also.
Yeah, what can you play? With the
Like
bishop?
something like bishop c6, keep it in the long diagonal although it's closed.
Yeah, but I think what he saw, and maybe I'm just wrong, but I think he wants to come here,
Bishop d5.
bishop to d5, and no, I can't play king f4 because
Yeah,
then
because
rook
white can
f3
take
is
and
check.
hope for a draw. Or maybe go for a win.
Yeah. It's a good question as to how black will make progress here. King g4 perhaps could come in, but then bishop e6 check. This endgame is just bad. I mean, come on, you can't play really this. This is,
Yes.
I mean, black can never win it.
Yeah.
So, well, rook e2 also, the question is what does black do? I mean, h2 doesn't work because of rook g2 overall. So let's have a look at the video here. And you see Abhijit Gupta, there is some check, some progress, lot of progress actually has been made in the game. Abhijit has moved his knight away. So after king h6, the moves that were made were rook e2, knight h4 and rook f6. Okay, let's get them on the board. So rook to e2, knight h4 and rook f6.
It's time to make a decision whether to retreat the king or to advance. I think advancing is a better idea.
Yeah, well, if you advance, rook f2,
Or maybe rook f8 or something like that.
this might not really work now because now you have h2, I guess.
Or queen g2.
Yeah,
Isn't that
queen,
winning? Yeah.
queen g2, but take,
Yeah, it takes g2.
and then
King f6. How will white take the g2 pawn in time?
yeah, this looks good. So queen g2 is a practically winning move. So if you go king g5, I need to think of a move.
I think rook f8 is a better option because g8 is already defended and white can try to create something.
Yeah,
First put the rook farthest. Now rook ef2 and then rook g8 would be
well,
deadly.
knight g6 now,
I'll first give a check rook f5.
rook f5, king h6.
Knight f4 is the threat, I guess.
Yeah, somehow the knight, queen, and
Yeah.
the pawn look somehow they're going to keep moving around.
It's like the battle of the ideas. We know that two rooks are better than one queen, and we know queen and knight is better than queen and bishop. So
yeah,
maybe which one will be practically correct over here?
king h5 was played by Abhijit.
So he's staying away from all kinds of checks. on
Bishop
g-
f7 check is possible, but doesn't help, I guess. Still, why to give the option? So
And there's no 40 move time control also, so there's no point in allowing one more extra check.
yeah, so here, sorry, instead of this, king h5 was played. Okay. So in that position where bishop c6 was, you were waiting, Omkar Chakradev says, I will go with the king to h4 and then I will play knight to e1. And then
think
I will,
still he's going for queen g2 idea, right? The one
yeah,
that we discussed.
knight e1.
It's like long way to freedom. Maybe black will win, but it's a long and arduous task.
Yeah, but what do you do? Like, for example, you wait here,
Then queen g2, go rook
check,
g8, g2.
take. Yeah, this looks winning because in this endgame the knight will sit pretty on c5.
Yes.
The king will join in.
Yeah.
So this looks winning. Also, you have an extra pawn.
Yeah.
Vishal Kamath says chess-based DVDs are available at the venue very much. All chess-based DVDs you can buy here, and also our books and T-shirts. By the way, all those who are watching here, some of them might be already have heard this before today morning, but we have launched the ChessBase India app on the Google Play Store for Android. So please go there and download the app. We are very excited for it, and we hope that you too will like it. So please do give us your feedback after downloading the same. Okay, so Shahid, there's a lot of interesting games going on, but I guess we have to
Call it a day.
call it a day so that we can go in and try to interview a few players, talk to them about the games, especially Ratnakaran's game.
And pick their brain.
And well, I'll just say a few results which have already taken place. Ituri Zaga beat Aditya Samant. Pranesh M beat Idani Puya.
No, Pranesh lost.
Sorry, Idani Puya beat
Yeah.
Pranesh. Sorry, that was a big. And Abhishek Kelkar drew with Stupak Kirill. Abhishek is playing solidly. Nilesh draw with Maxim Turov. So Nilesh has now 2 draws here in this tournament, one with Stupak and another with Turov. And who else? Abhijit Kunte won against Bharat Kumar Reddy. And Guen Van Hui won against Mahalakshmi. Draw by Karthikeyan and Aniruddha Deshpande.
Well, Aniruddha also had 2 draws. Earlier, he drew with Abhijit Kunte in
Okay.
the morning round.
Yeah, so, but also I think Levan Pansulai's game is also very exciting.
Yes.
But guys, what I would recommend you is go to live.chessbase.com, watch the games live. This is some of the most interesting games going on. Shahid, thank you for joining in on your first time commentary. It was enjoyable and pleasurable talking with you.
Thank you, Sagar. It was a wonderful experience.
Okay, guys, see you soon. And Pradeep Kanitkar says, can I give suggestions for ChessBase India app for betterment? Yes, definitely. Please do give it here and we will take it. Dushyant Chaudhary says, it's not Dushyant, I'm Ravish Chaudhary. Okay, Ravish, thank you for following us. And Atri Chatterjee says, I have downloaded the app, it is better and easily accessible. Okay, great. Pradeep says, please show the full address of tournament which are in ChessBase India app. Okay, Pradeep, your point is noted. Thank you so much for your feedback. Vishal Kamath, you can watch the games on live.chessbase.com, and this is where you can just see Goa GM tournament and you can watch it live there. Can we have a one last look at board number 17? This is what people want to just have a look at Ratnakaran before we call it a day, because this was definitely the game of the day by all means. Yes. Well, a few people have gathered, so they are watching and you can't get a very clear view of the board, but Prakhar Gupta says, good app. Okay, Prakhar, thank you so much. If you like it, then do rate it on the ChessBase India Google Play Store. Your ratings would be very useful. And Piyush Goel says, I love chess. I watch most of your channel's videos. Wonderful, Piyush. Thank you so much. Mindy Amphi, see you. I hope this was your first session and you enjoyed it. And Hacker says, my name is not Hacker, it's Harsh Jani. Okay. The position on the board, because we cannot really see it here, is, wow, Ratnakaran might well be on his way. He's pushing his opponent back like anything. So I have a feeling that it is possible that he could be winning here. And this is what we have right now on the board. I hope you guys can see it. This is what we have on the board, and Ratnakaran was going to make a move It's impossible to watch it, guys. Few moves being made. I think he took CB4. Oops, he took CB4 here, and white took AB4. Something like this has happened. Prakhar Gupta says, I watch all your videos. Thank you so much, Prakhar, for watching all the videos. So many questions. There is one guy who's been asking me constantly what is the difference between an IM and a GM, Videsh Desai. Please someone reply to him. I have already given the answer to it yesterday, but he would still like to know. So if someone can explain to him what is the difference between a GM and IM, I would be very, very happy. Okay. Jager Gaming says, good coverage, but the audio quality could be better. Okay, Jager will take this into account. We'll try to find how we can improve the audio quality, and we'll come back tomorrow. I think every day we are improving with the coverage, and maybe by tomorrow we will reach better heights. Mangesh says, why don't you play Rapid and Blitz at least for a month? Well, I like chess very much and I want to play it well. Sometimes it's just that, you know, you feel like now is not the right time to play, but perhaps the right time would never come. So maybe you are right. I should take your advice and play some few tournaments. Let me just see what moves have been made. Not CB3. Sorry, CB4 was not played. Knight into B1 was played here. Knight B1. And after knight b1, rook b1 and rook f3 was played. Okay. Sandeep Kumar Rathi says, it was a nice coverage. I keep watching your videos. It is fine start to start a chess career at the age 33. Well, Sandeep Kumar, as we did many interviews, and I've always said there is no right or wrong age. It's all about hard work, and if you are ready to work hard, age is not a question. Of course, it helps when you are young because you have less responsibilities and you can play with a free mind, but no one stops you from pursuing chess at any age. Vijay KS says, audio quality is good when you show the studio but bad when you switch to the venue. Okay. So that's the point. Okay, thank you so much for this detailed. I think I've got it. Maybe now I'm at the venue and now you can hear me well. Yes, I guess I've just fixed it, the problem. Thanks to Vijay KS. Vijay, I hope that now the sound is okay, even when we are at the studio, because earlier what was happening is there was also the voice of the video which was coming in. So there was a lot of noise in the playing hall which was getting mixed with my commentary. But yeah, that's the point. So guys, I think our audio quality is pretty good. And sorry, so basically our audio is good now. Yeah. Everyone is telling me to get some sleep. I am looking tired. Okay, this is bad news because I'm not very tired. I mean, I've been tired much more. Okay, this is all thanks to Vijay KS who pinpointed the exact problem. When you switch to the studio mode, the voice is okay, but when you go to it's bad. Thank you. Ashwin MS says, your videos help me to improve my confidence. So thanks a lot, I'm glad. And also Tushar Harjai says, how can we improve at chess? Very big question, Tushar. How can we improve at chess? Maybe I should do a video just on that. Right now we are looking at the Goa International, so maybe not the right time to talk about how to improve at chess, but I always say that whenever you look at any chess game, even this one, try to apply your mind. Look, rook to d3 has come, a3 pawn is hanging. How should I defend that pawn? You know, these are all the things which you should analyze. You should get your brain working. Queen b5 was played. Now what should I do? If you will think this way and you will think with a lot of energy and you know, this is how you can improve at chess, not by, you know, if you have a laid back approach. Rook into a3 was played, king b2. So now after rook b3, perhaps you can win the queen back, but I don't think Ratnakaran will he do that? Rook to b3. No, bishop d7 is Ratnakaran's move. No more no more checks in the position. Abhijit Gupta is winning, says Abhishek Shankar. Okay, that's good news. But bishop d7, where can the queen go? c6 can be played in the position. Let me just update the moves on the DGT board here, on the 2D board. Rook f3, b into c5. Rook d3, queen b5, rook into a3, king b2, d7. This is what we are looking at. And c6 is what I was thinking. Is it possible to play c6? But then you have closed one of the roots, and so black will go bishop e6. I think this is what could happen. Advait Vibhute says, please make a video in which we get to know how to achieve norms like IM and GM. Okay, very good question. Maybe I'll ask the arbiter here, Gopa Kumar, to make a video with me on this, how to make norms and everything. I already made a video with him on how to get your FIDE rating, and that you can watch on our channel. Viresh Desai says, who's the highest rated player in the tournament? Well, it's Ituri Zaga 2639. Aniket Kelgandre is here. No notifications received, but I'm back to gaining knowledge from Sagar's commentary. Well, thanks Aniket. Tomorrow I'll be here around 4:30 p.m. Tomorrow is a single round in the afternoon, so please do join in at that point. I think Omkar says Ratnakaran made it difficult. He could have won. He could have played bishop e6 instead of knight b1 with the idea of rook d2. It was mate. Okay, let's see Omkar's suggestion. Instead of knight b1, he says bishop e6 was stronger, so that rook d2 and rook a2 mate. Okay, nice suggestion, Omkar. I'm thinking on how to defend against it. Rook c1, what do you do? Now I'm threatening to take here. So if you play rook d2, I could take this, check, I could come here. So this doesn't work. Rook c1, am I missing something? Rook c1, what do you do? Harsh Kanoje, who is here at the playing venue, says Sankalp 1. I think that makes Sankalp Gupta the next IM of India. We have to get him soon and talk to him. Okay. Rook c1 was possible here. And I'm not sure how to continue. Knight a4 perhaps looks strong, and then yeah, I mean in general now if you go queen c2, perhaps bishop b3 could come in, or what else can you do? Rook d2 perhaps is also possible. I'm not sure. If you go rook d2, I can take, check, king here. That's not a mate. So bishop e6 is not very clear. Rook c1, knight a4, yeah, this, or knight b5, yeah, this also is possible, knight b5. Rook c1. But in the game, let's just go back, was played knight takes b1, rook f3, and we reached here, bishop e6, this position. Okay, let's look at what happened. c6 wasn't played, something else was played in this position. Let's just see here after bishop d7, The move that was played was queen to c4, rook to a4, and now queen to g8 check, king b7. Yeah, this is what happened. Sandeep Kumar says, thank you sir, your videos have really improved my game. Okay, I'm glad to know, Sandeep. Thank you for writing to me. And Siddhi Wankade says, how to analyze our games and improve our calculation. Well, Siddhi, will come to this, a big question, how to analyze and calculate. Okay, so we're getting mixed opinions here. Some say black is winning, some say black might lose here. So not very sure. It's crazy position, so difficult to analyze and so difficult for the players to even play here. I mean, if you look at the video of the game, there's one player who's constantly at a position who is looking at the game. But Ratnakaran is down to 3 minutes. Very difficult for him as well. His opponent has made the move rook to d1. The last move in this position was rook to d1. This is what was played. Yeah, white seems to have escaped perhaps, but how do you know he has escaped? You know, there is some check coming here, and then there is this bishop that could join in, the other rook could come in, so many moves. I mean, at least rook b4 check, you can't go. You should try to analyze this somehow, you know. For example, king c2, what is happening here? Bishop a4 check, looks strong, you lose the rook. So maybe king a2, but king a2, now d7 is hanging. Can I go bishop a4? It's possibility. Many possible moves here. Well, how do you show the green lines and squares? Yeah, there is a feature here called assisted analysis in ChessBase. When you turn it off, now it doesn't work. So yeah, assisted analysis is what is going on, but I'm not paying particular attention to those arrows and moves. Okay, rook into f2 was played here. Yeah, very complicated position. So guys, I'll be seeing you shortly now. I think I was going to leave you around 10-15 minutes ago, but the game of Ratnakaran was just so interesting that I continued. But now it's time to take your leave. Even Ratnakaran is completely in this thinking zone. We have to do some work on these fronts. So tonight we'll upload a lot of videos that you will be able to watch. And thank you so much for all your messages. It's so wonderful to see you all writing so many positive things about the work we are doing, the commentary, the videos, and everything that you like so much. And we are at the Goa GM tournament, and we will be coming live tomorrow once again around 4:30 p.m. So do watch out for us, and I'll see you soon. And lastly, do download the ChessBase India app from the Google Play Store. See you.